So here's a vector. Vector in is basically a bounded array, and you can change the length dynamically. So here's a way to define a vector with length of 5, and here is a way to define the vector and that then with it, and it has certain values. And here's declare vector, and it has to be a certain variables. It's kind of like object, uh, and then also you can just call for the name and change call for the different element and change different element just like an array. But there's a few things that is interesting. You can check the size of the array. Push back, basically you add it to the next. You add another element to your vector, and here we can see this size again, and then back. Pop back is deleting uh, deleting deleting one of the vector, and back is the last last element, I suppose. And you can check on this this website for more information. Also, you can just for defining function, you can output a vector you want. You don't have to be some simple variables. Actually, you can use even object for uh, for defining functions. So let's look at how it runs. You have this point 2 true point is initialized with 0 or zeros, and the size is 5, and then we push back, add another element 8, and the size becomes 6, and then we look at the the last element is 8, and the back is basically checking the last element is 8 as well, of course. Pop back, you just delete the last element. Now the size changed back to 5, previously 6, because it add another element 8. And this is just it just utilize how the function works, and I will talk about that later for the function. But keep in mind, you can use other complicated objects or vectors for the functions and objects.